Hello there, fellow humans, and welcome to the Tiger 2. Now, I've recently been playing this tank a bit more, so I thought, how good is this thing actually? So, let's have a look, let's see if it's worth getting. And first of all, obviously, let's compare it, let's then look at the armor, and then let's play it. First of all, let's compare it with a couple of other tier rates here, mainly the WoTB, T32, and all that stuff. Now, you do have a very high DPM here, you don't have as high of a DPM as the Carnarvon Action X, but then again, the Carnarvon Action X does have 190 alpha damage, which severely limits its usability, which is relatively sad. But you do have a very high DPM and penetration for a tier rate. Obviously, you don't have as high as 232, which a AMX M4 can muster. So 310 alpha damage, it's relatively standard for a tier rate. Heavy tank, a lot of them do have it. There are obviously some, especially the Russian and ones that have 400, if not 420. But the standard pretty much is going to be 310, 320. So the aim time seems to also be 1.72, so that's also fairly standard. Obviously, some have worse, some have better. The Tiger 2 is somewhere in the middle between all of these, which is not too bad. In terms of mobility, as you can see, there's a lot of green on this side, so the mobility is not really that great. The effective powder-weight ratio is quite a bit lower than that of a Action X, or that of a IS-3 even though it is faster than a WoTB. Obviously, it's enrichment boost, don't do that, that's a very bad idea. So now let's look at the armor. It's a very mixed bag here, as you can see, but it is performing better than the WoTB down here and the T32. But now let's have a look at the armor and see how that one actually works. So here's the armor of the Tiger 2, and what you can immediately see is the cupola and the top of the turret can be a weak spot, and also will be. Also, if you turn the turret sides are also going to be relatively weak. The front is 232, can be penned with premium rounds. Tier 7s are going to really struggle to pen this tank, but tier 8s with premium rounds won't have any problems whatsoever. And the same goes for the front. You have 250mm. A lot of tier 8s with premium ammo can go straight through it. However, standard rounds are going to be ineffective, so that is already a good thing, because obviously that way you reduce the enemy's DPM as well. If you angle the tank to the side like this, you do get a bit more angle out of it, but then you do expose the side. So this diamond angle, whatever it is, that you also should use for the E100 and the Tiger is somewhat effective for this vehicle. And especially with the lower plate also being way too strong, weirdly enough, that an angle like this can be effective. However, you have to watch out because you can get penned to the track wheel here, like in this situation. It's only 200mm. So try to angle as much as possible to throw the enemy off their shot. So here we go into the battle with the Tiger 2, and it is Himmelsdorf, so not great. But obviously we're going to go to that side over there because we do have mediums and stuff like that. And the Smasher is trying to go on his own to the bad side, basically. Well, I mean, this map's not great overall. Yeah, let's just leave that. Ideally, you want to take the medium side first because there you can take more map control, and obviously map control is very, very important. And I don't know what Smash is doing, but let's leave him there. Now, gonna push forward. They should not be here. The T-49 is running away, so never mind, they are here. T-49 is just not very keen on getting shot, which I wouldn't be either. So, U-251 taking a lot of damage, and now let's go for it. As we can see, we've already taken one of them, and that puts us in a 6 versus 7 for the enemy, which is bad for them. So, you want to take the map control, because if you control the map, you control the game. It is that simple. I can't say that enough times. It is literally the most important thing. Besides being a somewhat decent player at the game and knowing how to aim, getting map control is the most important thing. Because if you have that, then you have a pretty good chance of winning already. So, as you can see, 400 damage there from a tier 7. It's not great. So, you do have some weaknesses on this vehicle, obviously. It is not amazingly armored, where no shot is going to not penetrate. But that's not the case for any tank, really. It is good enough to stop a lot of shots, and especially from tier 7s, so that is definitely solid there. Okay, Panther's dead, and now the air conditioner right there, the AC, is going to be quite annoying. He already took a shot at me. And I'm going to have to try to decap the WoTB, or the RU does that for us, which is very nice. And now, here we go. Yeah, the WoTB doesn't really have much armor, does it? And the armor on this tank isn't really outstanding either. It's just good enough to stop people from using standard ammo most of the time. And now we're gonna be just cleaning up these couple of guys here. going to be not a problem. And also with a decent accuracy, you can hit the weak spots relatively reliably on that tank. And now the air conditioner is trying to get aggressive, but that isn't going to be much use for him because I have the ability to survive another shot here, which will be somewhat beneficial for me, but not very beneficial for him, especially if he does bounce. So now we're gonna just aim a shot, get the rangefinder, and take him out. And that is very nice there. Now the Levis should not be any problem either, if he does expose himself, that is. Come on. Not your gun mantler, that's impenetrable. Just show me something I can pen, please. Be a good kitty. Never mind. Guess we'll have to take him then. Or at least try to, because I'm kind of stuck here. Oh, great. And, nope. Still no. Hello? No. That's not it. Anyway. First game done. And let's move on to the next one. And here we go on Port Bay. And there is one rule of Port Bay. Get the ridge or die. And the T-34 doesn't know that, so I hope he will eventually. Because, I mean, if you have a T-34 and you don't take that ridge line, you simply don't know how to play the tank at all. Which is a bit sad. But I think we should go for it, because obviously, maybe you see this video, T-34, so don't do that again. That's a very bad idea. So here we go. 80 degrees of gun depression is definitely plenty to take that ridgeline there, and it is also very important. We have 2 mediums, which is to our advantage, because then we could take that island over there better if the projector would actually do that, but he's clearly not. And it does seem that the enemies are going to be in the city, or not. And there is someone that knows me. Very nice. Hello there, human. Something like that. And they're all there. And they basically just decided they don't want to win. Because if you don't take the ridgeline, as I said, if you don't take the ridgeline, you don't want to win on this map. It's that simple. And now all we're going to have to do is sit up here and shoot down on them. And taking absolute control. And even the T-34 has come back. And that is very nice. Now, okay, he's a bit mad. And the eyes... It's a bit inaccurate, but that's another bonus of this gun. It's somewhat accurate for a heavy tank. It's obviously no leopard accuracy, but it is definitely good enough to hit your shots and place them where they should go. And also into a Emil's fuel tank, for example, which does leave me with 600 damage, which is not too bad. E25 is a bit dead, which is not great. And now, obviously, the enemies are stuck here. They can't really take any control, which is really good for us. They might have the E25 already down, but the SU is going to die, and then it should not be too hard to finish it off from there. Go for the T26 again, and ideally make him miss. There we go. And, well, you can't pen me, mate, unless you have, like, some high pen heat rounds that I don't know of. There we go. 2k damage so far, which is relatively okay. Just lost another guy. What are they doing? What are they doing? They're just throwing themselves away for nothing. What are you doing, people? We have the map control. We have the advantage. Why are you throwing away? What the hell are you doing, people? Now there's a guy behind us as well. What the hell are they doing, actually? I am severely disappointed with this team. You know, you have the advantage, you have the control, and then you throw it away. That is very nice. That is very, very nice of them to just gift the enemy the win, even though we already had it pretty much in the bag. As long as all they had to do is basically just shoot the enemy and not die, but they didn't, which is a bit unfortunate. And, yeah, congratulations on throwing, people. So, and we get into another one with a Tiger here, because why not? Obviously, the worst thing you can do on this map is go into the city, and that's exactly why the 53 TP is doing it. It is annoying to see players do bad things, but obviously you can't, most of the time, can't stop them because they don't care, so insulting them doesn't help. But pointing out that they're playing shit is perfectly fine, right? Or maybe don't word it that aggressively, but I do anyway, because I don't care. But yeah, there's no reason to drag their mother into their own affairs, let's say. Now, let's get up here, get a shot at the CDC here, ideally, or the 5-1 if he does put himself in harm's way. And let's set up here. They shouldn't be able to pen the angle like this, unless they do have high premium penetration, which they don't. And now the 53 TP is obviously decided to just throw away. Beautiful. You know, I don't know. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. He probably doesn't. But that is a perfect lesson of why you don't go down there. And what we have to do now, what the team has to do now here, is push these two guys. Get rid of them as fast as possible. You know, they're very vulnerable. They're very easy to kill. Now we have 2 people here, 4 people here. They only have 2. And that WZ at the back. So it is going to be very easy to actually take out these 2 guys. Especially since now the CDC is dead. However, the Panther and the T-49 are hesitating, which is not great. You want to have all the control you can get. There we go. And he's dead. Beautiful. And what has the enemy team done? They have not been able to help whatsoever. And those 3 heavy tanks, all they did is basically gotten rid of our guy. And done nothing else for their team whatsoever. And haven't been any use. And now obviously we do have a tank advantage. I don't know where that tank destroyer went. I don't want to find out. So I'm just going to assume that he's... Yup. That he's gone over there. Otherwise I would have already been shot in the back. So now, he got blown up. That is... See? That's what you get for going city. That right there is what you get if you go city. You know? That right there. That is absolutely deserved. Very well done, T-49. I am so proud of you, T-49. Well done. So, now we're going to go and go after the M4 ideally, because why not? And also the WZ here. Because, well, apparently you can't pen it when it's grey. But that's just wargaming there. Very, very nice. Or it wasn't grey and the camo's weird. That's another thing. Try to get a red camo. Because you can't see whether it's grey or red. That's a pro tip right there. Get a camo that is as red as possible. So it overlaps with the damage indicator. It's pro tips right here. But that shouldn't be a problem to pen. It's obviously French paper side. And yeah. You gotta... Beautiful. Beautiful. And now we're still 5 versus 3. And that is just nice. And that is how this tank also works best. Obviously, throwing your teammates under the bus is not great. But the thing is, I don't think that it is a problem if you are actually going to make up for it. You know, like if you throw a teammate under the bus for... You lose their 1,000 hit points. But for that, you do 1,500 damage. You help the team. So, yeah. Because obviously someone with 40% is not going to do 2,000 average damage. So, if you do throw them under the bus, it's not great, but it can be useful. So, 2,200 damage there. That is not too bad. Also, just become the bus. Run everyone over. Eat. You know, just grow some wheels. Because why not? And there we go. Tiger 2 is a very nice tank. I think... It is worth getting, however, the E100 is rather disappointing, so I would refrain from going that way. The Tiger 2 itself, though, is quite a nice vehicle, and even though it's slow, it's nice. That says something. So, I don't know. Get it, don't get it, your choice. Like, don't like, become a member, don't become a member, it's your choice. See you for the next one. Goodbye.